established that a woman's garment that a man should not be wearing is a dress or a skirt. So what should the woman be wearing? A dress or a skirt. Should women be wearing pants? Nah, they not. But that's not your fault. That's not what you've been taught. Pants came in what, the 30s? Under Amelia Bloomer? Yep. They instituted pants with the women when they went into factories. Women never wore pants before 1930s. Never. This is a new thing on the earth. But if you put on that dress, it's a spirit behind that. You want to know how I know that? Because when Tyler Perry puts on a dress, do he act like a man? So what happens when you put on a dress? When a man puts on a dress? He act like a woman, right? So what's gonna happen if that woman put on that dress? She gonna walk in her femininity. Exactly, right? So tell me, why does the nation go to church on Sunday? Programming. Now look, if you're not serving God, who you serving?
Good question.
All right, I'm gonna simplify it, right? There's good and then there's evil. There's good and there's bad. There's rich and then there's poor. Right, it ain't no in between, is it? Right. So if you're not serving God, who you serving? You serving the devil. And a lot of our people are serving the devil. They serving Satan unbeknownst to them. And you only serve somebody through your actions. You have to learn how to serve God. You can't wake up one day with the knowledge of, oh, I'm going to just be a good person and I'm going to serve God. But I'm still going to celebrate Christmas, which is against God. I'm still going to celebrate Easter, which is against God. Halloween, Valentine's, against God. I'm going to do all of these things against God, including his dietary law, and not keep his Sabbath. But I'm serving God? How that make sense? It don't, right? Now look, let me show you another thing before we get to the Sabbath. Let me show you one more thing. Let me show you something else. Because you work, right? Now let's say, do you have to wear a uniform at work? No, you don't. Now I know a lot of jobs, they require you to wear a uniform, right? They require you to wear a certain attire. Can you tell your boss, I ain't wearing that, if you want your job? And a lot of the times, we're not even gonna think about it. We just gonna wear what they tell us to wear, right? Do you believe God has a uniform that for us? He has a dress code for his people? Like, look at my shirt. Look at the man's shirt, right? We have fringes on the borders of our garments, right? This is what's required of our people to do, men and women. We supposed to, but where are your fringes supposed to go? Read it, read Numbers 15. We're gonna read it real quick.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Okay, so we're supposed to make us fringes in the borders of our garments. Where my fringes go right here. Where do your fringes go?
At the knee.
At the knee? But so you gonna put fringes on the knees of your pants?
No.
What you gonna put them on?
I don't know. Knees of a dress.
The knees of a what?
A dress.
A dress. So what are women supposed to be wearing?
Dresses.
Dresses. Why? Because God is not the author of confusion. He puts a strict difference between the man and the woman. What if I was up here wearing a dress? Would you even entertain what I was saying? Probably not, right? Because you would be like, this cross-dressing freak is trying to tell me about the Bible.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I feel you wouldn't be that harsh. I'm a little harsh. But that, like, if I see a pastor, which I have seen, I've seen a pastor walking in the pulpit with heels on. This is a grown man with a beard and heels on. Would you go to that church? I wouldn't go to that church, because that's what? That's cross-dressing. God is against that. So he said the women are supposed to wear dress. Matter of fact, let's read it. Deuteronomy chapter 22.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
And what do men wear? What is the only option of clothing we can wear beneath? Pants. That pertains to us. We can't wear nothing else. I can't put on a skirt. It's feminine. It's woman attire, right? So what are women? Hold on, let me keep reading.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So we established that a woman's garment that a man should not be wearing is a dress or a skirt. So what should the woman be wearing? A dress or a skirt. Should women be wearing pants?
Guess not.
Nah, they not. But that's not your fault. That's not what you've been taught. Pants came in what, the 30s? Under Amelia Bloomer?
Yep.
They instituted pants with the women when they went into factories. Women never wore pants before 1930s. Never. This is a new thing on the earth.
Right. Now,
the thing with that is, the thing that comes with a woman wearing pants is a masculine energy, because they always, you heard the saying, who wears the pants in the family? Who wears the pants in the house? So if both of y'all wearing the pants, you wondering why y'all heads button, why y'all can't get along.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to establish his dominance and you won't allow it because you got to establish yours. But if you put on that dress, it's a spirit behind that. You want to know how I know that? Because when Tyler Perry puts on a dress, do he act like a man? So what happens when you put on a dress? When a man puts on a dress?
Walk into your femininity.
He act like a woman, right? So what's gonna happen if that woman put on that dress? She gonna walk in her femininity.
Yeah.
She gonna let that man be the man, and she gonna be the woman. And that's the order that God set up for us. So sis, make sure you get you some dresses. Get rid of those pants. Put you on some nice modest dresses and some skirts, because that's your attire. And make sure you put fringes on the bottom of it. Matter of fact, anybody got pictures of what we talking about? Because a lot of the times the visual part of it is what we need to see, because some women think of Aunt Jemima when we say a skirt.
Right.
They think of Harriet Tubman when we say a dress or something like that.
Right.
But look, tell me this, are you married? You're not married, right? Do you plan on getting married one day? Do you want to get married?
I don't know.
Well, the Bible says, if you believe in the Bible, you believe in God, that he wants the younger women to marry, right? Because women shouldn't be out here by themselves and men shouldn't be alone. That's why he created the woman for the man, right? So men, God don't want his women alone. He don't want these men alone, right? Now, if you want to get married one day, matter of fact, do you think of yourself as royalty? You're a princess, right? You would think of yourself as royalty, right? Tell me, what queen, name any queen of England or any queen in history and show me a picture of them wearing pants. Why would they do that? They women, they princesses, they queens. Why would they do that?
So tell me, how can you decipher what's real and fake in the Bible?
I can show you.
Gonna wipe how they dress. He has on pants. He has on a dress. And she got fringes at the bottom too.
Yep.
I don't know if you can see it now.
And look, all women be fly with those dresses on. They look like princesses. They beautiful. My wife wear a dress every day. She wears skirts every day, and she's beautiful. She's gorgeous. I can't keep my hands off her.
Right.
But you said, how can I decipher what's real and fake?
Yeah, because you know Christianity is built to keep black people under.
Exactly.
So,
Christianity is.
Right.
And they use the Bible, right? Now tell me this. Let me ask you this. Let me make it hypothetical, right? You buy a gun to protect your household, right? Let's say you buy a gun to protect your household, right? Somebody break in your house and they stole that gun. That gun is meant to protect you, right? But somebody stole it. When you come home, they waiting on you and they shot you with that gun. Is the gun bad or the person that stole the gun bad? It ain't the gun, is it? It's the person that used the gun against you, because this gun is supposed to protect you. So it ain't the gun that's bad, it's the person that's using it against you. They using it against you versus you using it to protect you. But let me show you how the Bible is real. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. This is what the Christian church not going to teach you, right? So Moses led the children of Israel out into the wilderness, right? He led them to the wilderness. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1 first. And this is what God told Moses to tell the Israelites. She trying to make you work out, huh?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all of Israel.
So who Moses speaking to? All who? All Israel. Is he speaking to anybody else? Watch this. Read me Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So God say, if you don't listen to my commandments and my statutes, which I command you this day, what's going to happen?
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God said he was going to put curses on the Israelites if they don't listen to him, if they don't keep his commandments. Watch this curse.
Verse 16, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Now, when you talk about cursed in the city, who lives in the worst parts of the city? Anywhere you go. Blacks, Hispanics, right? We live in the worst parts of the city. Who gets the poorest education in the city? We do. Who is more reliant on government assistance in the city? Who's being shot down and slain in the middle of the city? We are, right? But God said that's going to happen to the Israelites. How is it happening to us? And then it says, curse shall thou be in the field. We in Mississippi. Who is in the cotton fields picking cotton from sun up to sundown? Blacks and Hispanics. That was us. Who was being sold in the city on auction blocks as slaves? That ain't happening to nobody else but us. But God said that was going to happen to the Israelites. That's how we know what's real.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.